In the ancient world, animals weren't just part of the ecosystem, they were symbols of divine power. Cultures everywhere created myths around animal gods, beings that weren't just beasts but deities, often blurring the line between man and nature. One of the oldest and most iconic examples is the Egyptian god Anubis. With the head of a jackal and the body of a man, Anubis ruled over mummification and the afterlife. Egyptians believed jackals roamed cemeteries at night, and associating a god with this scavenger gave them control over the unknown. But the myth goes deeper. Anubis wasn't just a guide, he was also the judge. Before a soul could pass on, he weighed their heart against the feather of Ma'at. If the heart was heavy with sin, it was devoured by a beast and the soul ceased to exist. In Hindu mythology, Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, is one of the most beloved deities. Known as the remover of obstacles and the god of beginnings, Ganesha's origin is steeped in myth. The story goes that the goddess Parvati created him from clay to guard her privacy while she bathed. Shiva, her husband, returned and didn't recognize the boy. In a rage, he beheaded him. To fix his mistake, he replaced the head with that of an elephant, giving Ganesha his iconic form. It's a myth that blends violence, resurrection, and transformation, showing how even gods are fallible and redemption comes through strange forms. Moving to the Norse world, we meet Ratatoska, a lesser-known but fascinating creature, a squirrel that runs up and down the world tree, Yggdrasil, carrying insults between the eagle at the top and the serpent at the bottom. While not a god in the traditional sense, Ratatoska represents the chaos of communication, how even small messengers can stir conflict among giants. The myth points to how Norse culture viewed the power of words. Something tiny, even annoying, could ripple through cosmic realms. In the Incan pantheon, the Puma was sacred. Cusco, the capital of the empire, was even shaped like a puma from above. The animal represented strength and was considered a guardian of the earth. In Incan cosmology, the world was divided into three realms: the upper world of the gods, Hanan Pacha, the middle world of the living, Ke Pacha, and the underworld, Ukhu Pacha. The puma ruled the middle realm, connecting the divine and the dead. This symbolic role turned the animal into a godlike force, shaping the way the Incas built, fought, and worshipped. The Aztecs worshipped Huitzilopochtli, a god of war and the sun, often associated with a hummingbird. At first glance, the hummingbird seems like an odd symbol for a war god, but the Aztecs believed fallen warriors returned as hummingbirds, drinking the nectar of life. Huitzilopochtli's name literally means hummingbird of the south. The myth redefined what ferocity looked like: fast, precise, relentless. It's a reminder that war gods don't always come in massive, terrifying forms. Sometimes they're small, beautiful, and deadly. In Japanese Shinto tradition, the fox, Kitsune, is a powerful supernatural being. Some myths treat them as divine messengers of the rice god Inari, while others portray them as shape-shifting tricksters. Kitsune myths often revolve around transformation, foxes taking the form of beautiful women, marrying humans and revealing their true identities only when it's too late. Unlike the Western view of animals as either good or evil, the Kitsune represents ambiguity. They can bless you or ruin you depending on their mood. The Native American Lakota people tell of the white buffalo calf woman, a mystical figure who came to them in the form of a white buffalo. She brought the sacred pipe and taught them how to pray, live harmoniously, and honor the earth. The myth is foundational to Lakota spiritual identity. The white buffalo, extremely rare in the natural world, became a symbol of purity and divine intervention. Her story blurs the line between deity and animal, turning a flesh and blood creature into a spiritual beacon. In Chinese mythology, the dragon is the ultimate animal god, not a fire-breathing monster, but a celestial creature representing power, reign, and imperial authority. Unlike Western dragons that hoard gold and burn villages, Chinese dragons are often benevolent. They control rivers, bring rain to crops, and are tied to the emperor's divine right to rule. The myth of the dragon is deeply integrated into the Chinese zodiac, folklore, and identity. To be born in the year of the dragon is considered especially auspicious, almost as if you carry divine energy in your blood. The Yoruba people of West Africa have a trickster god named Eshu, who often takes the form of a dog or is accompanied by one. Eshu controls communication between gods and humans, and he thrives in contradiction. He might lie to reveal the truth or create chaos to restore balance. In stories, Eshu's dog form lets him appear friendly, only to subvert expectations. He represents unpredictability, how divine plans are never straightforward, and even gods enjoy a bit of mischief. Finally, the Maori of New Zealand tell of Maui, the demigod who fished up the North Island. In some versions, Maui takes the form of a bird or uses bird companions to help him on his adventures. One myth tells how he transformed into a small bird to enter the goddess of death's body to try and gain immortality for humans. He failed, of course. Death noticed him and crushed him. The bird form here isn't random. It represents agility, cunning, and the eternal struggle between life and death. These myths reflect how humans have always looked to animals not just as prey or companions, but as symbols of the divine. Whether they're tricksters, warriors, guides, or messengers, animal gods show us that the boundary between human and nature was never as clear as we thought. Across cultures, these creatures didn't just live in forests or skies, they lived in our stories, our prayers, and our fears.